So we've got a few more new questions. So dependent adult couldn't come with a parent due to study. The 2.5-year visa is going to expire soon. We know he can apply for extension when he's overseas. However, this adult child needs to come before 2025, knowing that the BN visa may not be still eligible after 2025. So I think what they mean is that they are worried about the BN visa route ending in 2025. So do they have to kind of get the visa started before that date, because the route may not be available after?
Not aware that the BNO visa is going to end in 2025. So not unless you know something I don't.
係咁，呢個問題就係關於咧，就有一個咧係超過咗18歲嘅成人啦，咁子女嚟嘅，咁咧佢就係因為要讀書啦，咁所以就唔可以跟父母嚟嘅。咁但係佢嗰個2年半嘅簽證咧，亦都就嚟到期啦。咁佢可唔可以喺外國申請續簽啦？咁另外就係佢所知啦，就係呢啲成年嘅子女咧，佢哋一定要係2025年之前嚟嘅嚇，因為亦都可能知道就係話2025之後咧就唔再唔知咩原因啦，就可能係呢個 BNO 途徑咧就會係取消。喺呢方面其實咧，我哋亦都冇資料就話知2025年咧 BNO 咧嗰個途徑係會取消嘅，咁可能你哋因為我哋都唔知道，咁所以應該暫時嚟講冇呢個情況。
So the question about the residency, I got the BNO visa on 1st of July 2021. I arrived to the UK on 1st of October 2021, so within 3 months. Could I count this 3 months as 180 days and apply for ILR 28 days before the 1st of July 2026?
Yes.
係，咁呢個咧就係我係2021年嘅7月1號攞到個簽證嘅，咁而喺2021年嘅10月1號到英國，咁我可唔可以係將呢個180日係計算啦，然後去申請呢個呢個永居啦，喺呢個28日前去申請呢一個應該當5年期到嘅時候啦，咁我可唔可以28日前申請呢個永居？係可以嘅。
And again, questions about informing the Home Office about the passport, new passport information. So I think it's relatively straightforward when you apply via an app. You're just kind of giving them details of the new passport through the UKVI account. But how can you inform them if you went through the visa center and showed your passport on there? How do you inform them of the new passport?
Okay, so the app and the visa center thing, that's purely that's just part of the process whereby you're establishing your identity. In the main application, they're asking you anyway to put in your passport details, so you put it in there.
係，咁呢一個咧就係關於嗰個去聯絡呢個 Home Office 啦，有關新嗰個護照嘅資料嘅嚇。咁當你申請呢個續簽嘅時候，如果你用個 app 咧，咁你就俾呢個新嘅護照資料落去就得㗎啦嚇。咁又或者你可以去呢個簽證中心啦，俾你嘅新嘅護照佢哋啦，咁睇下佢可唔可以俾到呢一個聯絡 Home Office 方面嘅資料你啦。咁基本上咧就因為咧你嗰個身份嘅認證方面咧，其實當你申請呢個 BNO 簽證嘅時候咧，已經有㗎啦。咁所以咧就係你只需要再擺翻你最新嘅一啲嘅更新咗嘅資料入去就得㗎啦。
Thank you, Harry. But sorry, I think there's a question about applying for ILR, do I apply after BN visa has expired or within the 28 days of the visa expiry for ILR?
Positively, definitely before it expires.
係咁，另外一個就係話，當我申請永居嘅時候啦，咁我係咪等到我個簽證到期之後先申請，定係話簽證之前嗰28日內？係肯定係一定要係你嘅簽證之前嘅28日內。
Thank you, Crystal. I think it's just going back, sorry, to updating the details of the passport, Harry. Once you kind of confirm that within the visa center and you put the details, online in terms of your Hong Kong passport and visa went through, you granted visa, and then your passport details has changed, do you have to inform the Home Office of that change? How do you do so?
Separate from the application, you mean?
Correct. Yeah, sorry.
So you've gone through the visa application centre.
Yeah.
They've issued a vignette in your passport. You've then got a new passport. Yeah.
Correct.
You don't have to do anything. Okay. You just keep the two together. Your visa is still valid, even if the passport has expired and you've got another one.
And if you want to then use the new passport to apply for BN visa extension, can you do that?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
係，咁呢一個咧就係話關於我用呢一個嘅舊護照啦，咁咧就喺呢個簽證中心嗰度申請嘅，咁而我有一本新嘅護照啦，咁我可以點樣做嘅？咁其實咧就係你就係將呢一個嘅新嘅護照，亦都可以咧係要俾呢個簽證中心啦。咁因為咧，其實咧，佢哋亦都可以喺網上面幫你做啦，去更新翻你嘅資料嘅。咁所以咧，其實你亦都係嗰個簽證咧，亦都會自動咧係會係有你新嘅護照嘅資料。咁所以當你申請新嘅續簽嘅時候咧，就用翻新嘅護照就可以㗎啦。
Just clarifying that situation, they are going to want to see the previous visa actually in the old passport. So for heaven's sake, keep the old passport.
咁另外咧要留意啦，就係因為你嗰個咧簽證喺嗰個舊護照度嘛，咁所以你一定要係保存翻你嗰個舊護照嘅。有時候佢哋亦都會係要再睇翻嘅。
Do we have any other questions or have we missed anybody's question? Or perhaps any clarification? Sorry.
係，大家仲有冇咩問題？係啦，都可以打落去個 chat box 度嘅。
Thank you. I think we have missed something. Let me just have a look. Right. So the lady's asking about AHS refund again. So her understanding was that she can apply for AHS refund in a 6 months blocks. And if that's the case, if she applied for BN visa too early, and then she's got overlapping period of more than 6 months, let's say 24 months or whatever, or 18 months, can she apply for a refund of those 18 months if that's an overlapping period?
That's not my understanding, but we can go away and check, but I don't think so.
係，咁另外一個咧就係關於 IHS 嘅退款方面嘅咁因為以佢所知咧就話係有一個6個月嘅有個6個月嘅緩衝期。咁譬如話係如果佢申請呢個 BNO 簽證嘅時候太早啦，咁而係另一個簽證咧，咁就再申請嘅時候啦，咁可能係中間有個重疊嘅時間。咁喺呢方面咧，其實咧以我哋而家嘅資料收到咧，就係冇呢方面嘅退款嘅計劃，即係嘅安排嘅。
Harry, I think a couple of people asking about the 180 days of how do you calculate that exactly in terms of how do you know that you have to apply for a BN visa extension or you qualify for ILR if you arrive to the UK a bit later, and how do you calculate this 180 days?
Okay, well, see, that's a different drop-in session. That's the ILR drop-in session. We'll have a slide for that one. But yeah, essentially it varies upon how long the gap was between you travel and the issue of the visa, and it's calculated to your advantage. So there's different ways of which period you count, and you use the one which is most advantageous to you, if that makes sense. I'm conscious I didn't put that very well.
係咁，而呢一條問題就係關於個180日嚇係離開英國嘅時間嘅，咁咧係點樣計算法嘅？咁亦都會唔會係話會影響到呢個呢個永居嘅申請啦嘅資格啦？又或者係呢個續簽需唔需要再續簽呢個簽證啦？咁其實咧呢方面咧，我哋係需要有另外一個嘅講座係去睇嘅，因為咧係有唔同嘅情況之下嘅去計算呢個180日嘅，譬如話你嘅簽證係點樣，或者你嗰個離開英國嘅情況係點樣嘅，咁或者係點樣計算法咧先對於你有好處嘅，有好多唔同嘅情況之下嘅。咁所以呢方面咧，我哋會再安排，再回覆大家。
Okay. What we could perhaps do is just add an additional slide or two, setting out the full Home Office guidance and stick it on the end of the ones from today.
咁或者我哋亦都可以咧加翻1、2個嘅簡報嘅片啦，咁喺翻今日呢一個嘅簡報裏邊啦，咁因為咧我哋亦都可以係攞翻呢個嘅Home Office 方面嘅指引啦，去俾大家睇嘅。
Thank you, Harry. I think there was a question about where is the visa center you can actually apply. Is that going to come up while you're applying for a BN visa? We'll give you the list of the centers you can go to.
Yeah, so when you do the online application, they say, right, here's a link to book your appointment, and they're across the country, Sheffield, Leeds, Hull, I think York. So that there's various ones up and down.
係咁，另外就有問啦，嗰個簽證中心咧係喺邊度嘅？咁其實當你咧係上網啦，係去申請呢個簽證嘅時候啦，咁佢會有一個嘅清單俾你嘅，咁然後你再睇翻你嘅地區嘅，咁其實應該係有包括 Sheffield 啊、Leeds 啊、York 都應該有嘅，咁所以你哋可以睇翻網上面嘅資料嘅。
We don't have to go to the nearest one. You go to any one, but clearly the nearest one is easier.
係咁，當然大家去就近嘅中心就可以㗎啦。
The couple of kind of other questions related to BN visa, not necessarily extension, Harry. So the friend has asked if their child born in the UK, do the child needs to apply for ILR, or if one of the parents can apply for citizenship for the child directly?
Okay. The child is only eligible for citizenship if they're born in the UK and one of the parents or both has ILR. If both of the parents are on BNO visas, then the child will need to apply for a BNO visa.
係咁，另外呢個問題咧就係話，如果有個小朋友咧係喺英國出世啦，咁而其中一個父母係咁，佢需唔需要咧係再申請呢一個嘅永居嘅？咁同埋如果其中一個父母咧已經申請，就係將會申請呢一個嘅呢個citizen 啦，咁公民身份啦。咁係唔係可以直接係俾埋呢個小朋友嘅？嗱，咁其實呢一個咧就係，如果個小朋友係可以有資格擁有呢個公民身份咧， 係有兩方面嘅，就係首先佢嘅父母其中一個啦，就係要係已經有呢一個嘅永居嚇，咁又或者係呢父母方面咧係已經有呢個永居嘅簽證嘅，咁同埋或者係父母方面亦都已經係有呢一個嘅公民身份。咁如果唔係咧，呢個小朋友咧亦都係需要自己亦都係需要同佢申請呢一個嘅永居嘅簽證身份嘅。
Sorry, just to phrase that better, if one of the parents has ILR and the child's born in the UK, they just are British. They don't have to apply for British citizenship. They are British by birth. If both of the parents have BNO visas only, then the child's in the same position and they need to apply for a BNO visa.
不如我哋可以清楚啲，再簡單啲講一講嘅。咁咧就係，如果當個小朋友係喺英國出世，而個父母係已經有呢一個嘅永居身份嘅時候咧，咁佢就可以自動享有呢一個嘅永居身份，公民身份。咁但係如果父母方面咧都係攞呢個 BNO 簽證嘅話咧，咁佢哋咧就係需要一樣係要通過呢個永居申請先至可以嘅。
Thank you both. We've got a question about separation. So if people come together on a BNO visa, one of them as a BNO sponsor and another as a dependent, and they divorced within the first year of their arrival in the UK, do they need to inform the Home Office, and could the dependent stay as she doesn't qualify for a BNO visa on her own right?
You're supposed to inform the Home Office of any material change in your circumstances, and it's a material change if your entitlement to be in the UK is based on a marriage and the marriage has ended. So yes, you are supposed to advise them of that. The bad news is that if it's within the first period of leave, then no longer meet the requirements to remain. So you probably want...
Sorry, even for the BNO visa, because we've been told it's slightly different rules for the BNO visa in terms of the separation.
Well, it's slightly different in terms of, the extension that we're talking about, because you don't have to show that the marriage is genuine and subsisting at that stage. But it is a requirement, as I understand it anyway, that you are in a genuine and subsisting relationship. And if you cease to be, then you no longer meet the requirements. Now, the visa wouldn't automatically end, but the Home Office could choose to revoke it.
I think we have had situations that was revoked, but then acknowledged the mistake, and they brought it back. So I think, the way that we've been informed through the Home Office is that the relationship breakdown does not affect BNO visa in the same way as it would affect a spouse visa.
Okay, well, I'll defer to you on that one then.
咁呢個問題咧就係關於咧，如果一對夫婦啦嚇，佢係通過 BNO 途徑過嚟啦，咁因為當其時佢申請嘅時候咧係用呢個夫婦嘅申請嘅，咁但係嚟到英國之後啦，咁就大家分開啦，咁喺呢方面我需唔需要通知 Home Office 嘅？咁其實有任何嘅情況改變咧，都要通知呢一個嘅Home Office 嘅。另外咧就係咧，因為喺你申請嘅時候咧係用夫婦嘅身份過嚟啦，咁所以當你有呢個改變嘅時候咧，咁有機會咧 Home Office 咧係會吊銷你呢一個嘅，即係取消你呢一個嘅簽證嘅。
Thank you. And I think we have a question about AHS again, but in a situation where the children have applied to the UK to come as students first, and then they apply for a BNO visa afterwards, and they have an overlap of AHS fees for about 1.5 years. Can they claim refund on that?
No.
You mentioned it.
係，咁另外呢一個咧就係以一個學生嘅身份咧，之前係喺英國，咁然後跟住咧就再轉呢一個嘅 BNO 簽證啦。咁當佢轉呢個簽證嘅時候咧，就有一個嘅重疊期嘅，咁係1年半嘅時間。咁我喺呢1年半嘅時間咧，可唔可以攞翻呢個 IHS 嘅退款？係唔可以嘅。
Right, I think that's all of the questions now. Just going new message. No, that's all. I think that's all that we have had. So we've got a few more minutes, but I think there was a quite intense session anyway. So I think if we don't have any burning questions, I think we may just finish the drop-in.
係，咁我哋都回答咗好多嘅問題啦。咁係啦，我諗我哋時間就差唔多。
Just a clarification on the application that the spouse and children over the 18 can apply for ILR and set for the settlement independently without proving the relationship. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
係，咁根據翻咧 Home Office 嘅網址啦，咁就係話如果係配偶同埋小朋友已經係超過18歲啦，咁當佢喺申請呢個永居嘅時候，咁都可以獨立申請，係唔需要再證明佢哋嘅關係，係咪？係。
Right. So thank you very much, everybody, for the question. Big thank you to Harry. It was a very long morning, so thank you so much. The session is being recorded, so it's going to take us a bit of time to make sure that the recording is shortened, because we don't want to put 2 hours worth of recording online. But it will be made available. But we will be sending out slides from today's presentation by the end of the week.
係，咁好多謝大家啦。咁今日就時間就差唔多啦。咁我哋會今日咧就錄影咗啦。咁我哋會重新再剪接，我哋就會將佢剪短啲嘅，俾方便大家睇嘅。咁而今日嘅簡報咧，我哋會係之後咧，亦都會係發布俾大家嘅。
So big thank you to Harry once again, and thank you, Imelda, for arranging and Crystal for interpreting. Thank you.